Hello, beautiful saplings. Welcome to day 20 of Solstice Blessings 21 Days to Rebirth. My name is Lisa Lyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new, welcome. I trust that you will find what you need in this space. And if you don't, leave it for someone else to claim. For those of you who have been traveling with me for a while, a decade or more, thank you so much for your continued love and support. I would not be here today doing what I love, sharing from a loving heart space if it were not for you. So thank you. Just before we get into today's offering, I'm not really sure what today's offering is going to be because I just heard sit down and start recording. So I more often than not, trust the messages I hear. So here we are. Being December 20th, I just want to get this out of the way before we dive into today. If you have not yet taken part in the solstice specials, there are still a handful of readings still available. Some yearlies, I believe there's 5 yearlies remaining, as well as all the Gaia meditations. None of those were claimed, and I have 2 more of the angel blessings. So if any of those sound like something that you would be interested in, please do take advantage of those offerings today. You can find them over on my website, lisalyle.com. And they will be available for the next 33 hours or so, 34 hours. So I'm looking forward to connecting with you. To all of you who have taken part in the offering, thank you so much for blessing my life. And it's really been a delight to connect with your radiant light. So please know I am eternally grateful. So today is the eve of the solstice, and I feel this excitement building. Although there are mixed emotions that I'm personally feeling around the solstice due to my own personal experience, and I trust that you are too. This is a really empowering time. So for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, it is going to be the longest night of the year. And for those in the South, the longest day of the year. And so this is really about, I'm feeling for us in the Northern Hemisphere, it's really about harnessing the energy of retreat and going deeper within our experience. Personally, this is not the end of the year for me. This is the final season of the true year. So this is a season here in the Northern Hemisphere of death and rebirth, and really death and transformation. And the next few months are really about us going deeper into our personal experience to extract and bring up our wisdom. The energy of the solstice, there's a lot of geomagnetic storms taking place right now. I don't know all the stuff that's going on in the sky. We've got Mercury retrograde. I do know that Mercury goes direct, stations direct on the 2nd of January. So to start off this new year with fresh and new communication, and fresh and new, an ability that's fresh and new to communicate our needs, to communicate in a peaceful way, so that there's no misunderstanding what it is that we would like to say or what we're trying to say. So, and in the Southern Hemisphere, this is like an exciting time. It's like you're in the summer season. You're really, I want to say enjoying the sweetness of life, sucking the nectar out of life, out of the flowers. And I say enjoy that. And if you have your toes in the sand, enjoy that too. And for us here in the North, enjoying this time too, enjoying this opportunity to go deeper into our experience, to get to know ourselves on a whole new level, because you're not the same person you were last year. You're not the same person you were 5 years ago, and you're certainly not the same person you were a decade ago. So I do feel that there's a call for some honor and reverence for the experience that you have been through, for that which you have overcome, for that which you have broken free from. And if there's still lingering burdens, or there's still lingering limitations, still lingering resentments from days gone by, this is a real opportunity to release that. Have a good cry. Let it all out. Yesterday's offering was a sound healing for grief. And, a beautiful sister of my heart was a volunteer, if you will, to receive that in the moment. And really, we all tend to hold on to grief. And sometimes we hold on to it. It becomes a part of our identity. And I can assure you that our loved ones in spirit, God, the angels, our Jesus, our galactic family, they do not want for us to sit in this energy of grief. On the other side of grief is joy. And so, if we can allow ourselves to move through the grieving process, if we can be courageous and brave enough to release the grief, then we open ourselves up to the abundance of a new life, a joyful new experience with the lessons in love, the lessons of love residing still within us in this moment. So it really feels that this is a time for a big release, a big let it all out, an ugly cry, as they say, although I don't think any cries are ugly, especially if you're doing it by yourself. No one sees anyways. And know that if you're having one of those moments, in that moment, you are being embraced in the energy of an unconditionally loving mother and father who want only for you to experience the fullness of life in the human experience. So that's my spiel for today. That's what's come through. I'm looking around to see which cards they would like me to. Okay. Okay, I keep being drawn over here, so I'm going to go here. And here we have two decks of cards. Oh, they're combined. Okay, so I believe these are the Moon Goddess Oracle or the Queen of the Moon Oracle and the Moon Oracle, Moonology, I believe. So let's just tune in here and get a few cards. And tomorrow we will wrap this offering up. On the heels of this offering, beginning Friday, we are going to begin 21 days of breathing. I know, right? It's so simple that it's brilliant. And so if you just check out here on YouTube, I'll be here every day. I might begin to do some of those. I feel I'm going to do some of those live. So please do subscribe and hit the little notification bell so that we can connect real time. And so those will be offered up. I feel that they'll be done earlier in the day before, 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, local time, which is Eastern Standard Time. So 21 days of breathing. And following the 21 days of breathing, which will take us into, early January, mid-January, we are going to do, there will be a 21 days of gentleness offering. So please do stick around and, share with your friends, share the love. Sharing is caring, as they say. And I would really like to see 2024 and perhaps even the first quarter of 2024 being the year that I hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel. I've been at it for a decade, since 11 years, in fact. And, I've been inconsistent. Life has happened. I really would like to see this channel hit 1,000, and it opens up a whole new world of possibilities for me. And look at that. The first card out, prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So I feel like this is giving us the encouragement that we need to keep going because we're growing. And by the time we get to the new moon in Taurus, which will be in April, this spring, right? This is as we take care of ourselves now, as we clear away now, we're creating space for the new creation that wants to be born for us. And all it takes on our part, all that is required on our part is consistency, commitment, compassion, unconditional love to following our heart, right? To our own self, so that we follow our heart because abundance is on the horizon. And it's as a result of all the inner work and healing that we have done. So well done. Keep going. You are indeed growing. Um, and then we've got the full moon in Gemini. What have we got? We just had the full moon in Gemini. And we're coming up to the Cancer full moon on the 26th of December. This is a big one. It's a big one for me personally. And I also feel it's a big one for the collective because it's really about the mother energy, the nurturer, the nurturer, the loving, unconditional support, and yet the strong in her convictions and her boundaries. This is the mother energy. And so this card is saying the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. And this feels like there's a call for everyone here who's connecting with this video, although these ones are rather time specific because we're in the moment. Yet I trust that if you land on this a year from now or 2 years or 5 years from now, there will be something here. There will be a gem or a pearl of wisdom here for you to extract just for your beautiful heart. Okay, and then, oh, right, full moon in Gemini. This is about you and I being able to honor the truth that we know. And honoring the truth that we know does require courage, and it is going to require us to take action. And so I just heard Action Jackson. So taking action, trusting those intuitive nudges. I just did a reading for someone, and the message that came through is trust your nudges. Trust those gut instincts. They will not steer you wrong. This place up here will have us confused all the time, right? And this is the ego wanting to run the show. And yet when we sink deeper into our experience and we allow ourselves to be soul guided, spirit driven, we don't live up here for long. We may humor it for a little bit, and yet we're not meant to live here. We are meant to honor and trust the truth that lives within us and allow that to flow into our life, never mind out into the world. We must first be the embodiment of that which we teach, right? Yes, that's where they're asking me to stop, so I will. And I always think the moon looks like an orange. I don't know, whatever they say, a gravitational lock, because we only ever see this side of the moon, which is interesting to me. Anyways, it says emotions are running high, super moon. And because of the time of the year we're at, this is a challenging time of year for many people, myself included. Tomorrow is the 5th anniversary of my partner's transition. And, there's all kinds of emotions leading up to the day. And yet ultimately what I can tell you sitting here 5 years later is I feel such joy in my heart. I feel an abundance of unconditionally loving support. And I'm so grateful for the time that we shared. As brief as it was, it had a lasting impact in my life and the life, he had a lasting impact in the lives of every person who knew him, everyone he touched. There was a beautiful, gentle way about him. And, over the last 5 years, being the oyster or being the pearl inside the oyster, um, some of my rough edges have smoothed. I've matured, I have grown, I have healed, and arrived at this place where I'm excited about the new life that is right here, for the taking, for the claiming. So, are you ready to claim your divine birthright? Are you ready to claim your divine heritage, abundance, and joy? Love, 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 dancing, singing, all this good stuff that God wants for all of us. So honor your emotions, don't repress them. This is a time for release. And so allow whatever's coming up and through you to move through you. Don't hold on to it. Holding on is not going to benefit you in any way. What will benefit you in a myriad of expansive ways is the release, the let the letting go of the emotional baggage, the letting go of the expectations, the letting go of the need to know how it's all going to turn out. Right? We don't know. We don't know. And life is precious. And life in human form, because we're eternal souls, our life in the human experience is brief. It's like a burst, and then it's done. And so please do what you can do every single day to harness the magnificence and the divine power that resides within you. So I believe those are the messages that were meant to come through today. I trust that something here has supported your beautiful heart. Again, I thank you so much for being here. I look forward to connecting with you on a more personal level. If you're interested in any of the Solstice specials, there will be a new round of specials related to breathing, breath, and body work, as we transition and move into the heart of winter, is what I would say. The heart of winter, not the new year, because it's a made up thing. We're moving into the winter season here, a time of introspection, a time of death and transformation, transmutation, and rebirth. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, have a look in the early night sky, because Sirius is back up there twinkling at us. Their blue magnificence. I love that star. And I spotted it last night for the very first time, and it brought me such a feeling of joy and excitement, and a reminder that we live within this circular energy, circular spiraling energy of death and rebirth and transformation. We are continually within that energy as long as we are in the vessel of flesh. And you, my beautiful sapling, sibling of light, thank you so much for being here. I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you for those of you who are commenting, hitting the thumbs up. That really helps me in ways I can't even explain, because it's an algorithm thing. And I'm really grateful for that support. So please do take a moment, drop a comment down below. Let's engage. Let's begin sharing in expanded ways. And until next time, take good care of yourself, because you can, and you are worth it.